You're listening to CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living. To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310, and we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Bork. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Friday, 3rd day of November, 2017. And a really big Friday it is. Hope you're having a great Friday. You've been working all week, working for the weekend. It's now here. Just make sure you spend some quality time with the family, along with whatever else it is you do with your weekend. So I'm so glad that you have joined us today. For those who are returning, and you know, I realize that some of you in the audience have been with us since we broadcast our first show in April of 2005. I was still in knee pants. No, but I was a much younger man. Time has really gone by, but you know, you're a great group of folks to hang out with, so I have no regrets. So if you're returning, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, a special welcome to you. If you were in the live training room this morning, I'm glad you came to the show. It's been over a decade now, so pencil us in for the next decade. We have a good old time right here every single day. Now, I have a chart up of the S&P 500 Emini Futures. If you would like to see said chart, go to our homepage at cfrn.net. On the right hand side of the page, click the big microphone, follow the instructions, and, well, within about 30 seconds you'll be registered for the entire month of November. You only need to register once per month, and you'll be able to join the show each day with one-click access. You'll see the charts, you'll hear the commentary, and you'll have access to the chat box. We have a global audience, so if you've ever had something that you just kind of wanted to, get off your chest, a rant, a rave, something you want to share with the world, this is the place. Put it in the chat box and I'll tell the world for you. Okay? Alright. There's another option. You can go to youtube.com/CFRN/live. Bookmark that and you'll have one-click access every day from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So either way you want to do it, it's just fine. Alright? Now, I said earlier in the week that I had a feeling this is what I would be saying. This would be my opening line or lines every day for some time to come. And here we go again. Amid a surging cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin price gains have continued today, reaching a new all-time high of over $7,450 per coin. A rapid rise started around 3 o'clock UTC. Saw the cryptocurrency peak at 7,454 at 10:38 UTC. The session opened at 7,030. The last peak I saw 7,402. We'll go to some live charts here in a minute. A 5% gain on the day. Now, as per CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is up over 27% in the last 7 days. And its market capitalization has now peaked at over $124 billion. The entire cryptocurrency market set a new record today. Market cap, $200 billion. Yeah, that's a lot of coins. Day trading value, $10 billion per day. And there's not even any futures contracts yet. The derivatives market has trillions of dollars changing hands every day. The CME, in a press release 3 days ago, announced that in the fourth quarter of 2017, and there's not a lot left of 2017, they will be launching a futures contract for Bitcoin. Also, the Chicago Board of Options has said they are going to release an options contract. Earlier this year, the Winklevoss twins from Facebook fame, if you've seen the movie Social Network, you know who the Winklevoss twins are. They registered with the SEC to open a Bitcoin ETF and got turned down. Because of the action the CME and the Board of Options has taken, the SEC has said they are going to revisit the Winklevoss twins application. And those twins are so cute. They're just jumping up and down right now because they know they're going to make more money than Mark Zuckerberg gave them, and he cut them a big check just to go away because they said he stole their idea. So he wrote them a fat check and they left, and they've been doing well ever since. Now, here's the deal. This has been an unregulated industry. We were talking about this thing, oh goodness, 4 years ago. And people were poking fun at me and said I'd lost my mind and I was an idiot. And that's all right. I'm used to that. I get that before breakfast. But anyway, in an unregulated market, when the Chicago Mercantile Exchange says we're going to do a futures contract, and the Chicago Board of Options says we're going to do options, and the SEC says we just might approve that ETF, that is a stamp of legitimacy the world has been waiting for. Now, I know you've heard some ludicrous projections, 25,000 a coin, 50,000 a coin. I mean, there's some people in their right mind out there saying $1 million a coin eventually, and not overnight. And I'm not saying it's going higher one tick, or that it's going to bite the dust, or that it might not bite the dust. It's not about Bitcoin. That's the important thing for everyone to understand. It is about the technology behind it. It is about the blockchain technology. It is about the distributed ledger. It is about so many things other than... Now, yes, Bitcoin was first out of the gate. It's garnered all of the attention. But there is another blockchain technology called Ethereum. Financial institutions and banks seem to prefer Ethereum over Bitcoin, which is why we chose to create our cryptocurrency, the CT Global Coin, on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum's up 5% today. Bitcoin's up 4%. Now, the difference between the two, Bitcoin trading at $7,308.85, Ethereum trading at $299.70. Okay? And when we begin trading, we will open the gate at $1. Partners are being invited to a pre-sale. It's possible there won't be an ICO because we, based on the attention or the interest that's been shown, we might sell out in the pre-sale and not have anything left for an ICO. You see, many of the cryptocurrencies are Carl Sagan coins because there's billions and billions and billions of coins. We're only minting 1 million. That's it. No hard forks, none of that. Now, there's a couple things coming up this month that you need to know about. Besides the CME, besides the Board of Options, besides the SEC, there are some hard forks coming up that could, if none of the other stuff was happening, just those hard forks could mark a huge increase in the trading price of Bitcoin. Now, when that futures contract becomes available, yes, we will be trading people on it in our live training room. My suggestion to you is that you get on the free trial now, spend a week, use our indicators, learn our rule set, because when that contract becomes available, you don't want to learn how to trade then. You want to be ready to make hay while the sun shines. All right? Just saying. We'll talk a little more about those hard forks and what they mean for the market. Let's go to the plain old ordinary kind of boring markets, although we're at all-time historic highs. And on the S&P, if you can see my chart, you see how we ran up and bumped our head on this weekly trading zone? Now, the partners get the zones every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. I don't reveal the zones to the community at large and the rest of the world until Thursday. Every Thursday I change them up. Now, this was the Sunday night Globex Open. And, you know, we hovered over this zone and we missed this by, you know, a few ticks. And then we hit the zone below and the zone above. And the market was so bullish you couldn't get back to the zone. Typically, price just goes from zone to zone to zone. And I'll show you more charts later on. It's just the S&P. Okay, we consolidated. The most likely thing that happens when price hits a zone, a weekly trading zone, is consolidation. Okay. Second most likely thing is rejection. And this is rejection, except it missed touching the zone by a couple of ticks. Okay, happens. And the third and least likely thing that will happen is what I call a hot knife through butter. On a 30-minute or an hourly chart, price just slices through the zone like it's not even there. When that happens, price will usually pull back to the zone, confirm it as good support or resistance, depending upon which way the market is moving, and then continue in the direction of the slice. Okay, so for the weekly trading zones, only really three things you got to remember. This beauty here, this zone caught it and held it. Yep. And then we went up two zones. Went from 66 up to, from 66 to 79. That's 13 points. And it looks like we're going to take a run at the zone overhead, 2580. Now, I can show you a horse of a different color. And boy, is it a different color. Check this out. Here we go. Okay, these are this week's zones on gold. Okay, up top you see that 1282, 1281.82. See how all week price was just kind of pinging back and forth, zone to zone to zone to zone. You know, that's sort of normal activity. Here's that hot knife through butter. Okay. Now, yesterday I didn't put this zone on the chart. Partners have had it since Monday morning, but I didn't think we would need it this week. Come on. Oh, we didn't. Did we not reach it? No, we didn't. Well, that happens sometimes. Zones are an area. Just like fibs. I know that fibs and the zones both put an exact number on your chart, but they remain an area. Okay. Oh, go lower. There we go. So the next zone on the downside was 64, 65, and we could still get there. And I'll tell you why. Because the way the market works is it goes leg, retrace, leg. Now on a typical slice, this would pull back up to here, confirm it as good resistance, and then make a beeline for the zone below. As far as this thing fell with so much momentum, there may not be enough buying pressure to get it back up to test this zone. Okay. But each time this thing goes from zone to zone, on this particular zone, it's 500 up per contract, 500 down. Let's go over here. 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, $4,500 from November 1st to today, just back and forth in one zone. We've been publishing these zones since December 14th of 2009. They've behaved exactly the same way, except for that long period of low volatility that we went through. I mean, they still did the same thing. They just pinged around in one zone instead of, you know, making a trip across multiple zones. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Now let me give you these numbers real quick. These are the cash markets around the world. We'll start here at home. The Dow is up 24 points. NASDAQ is up 28. S&P 500 is up 5. And the Russell 2000 is down 1.5. In the commodity basket, crude oil is up 22 cents, trading 54.76 last. Gold is down $9.90, trading 1268.30 last. In the Asian markets, color of the day was mixed. The Nikkei closed up 119 points. That's half of 1%. The Shanghai closed down 12 points. And the Hang Seng was up 84 points at the closing bell. In the European markets, FTSE up 6 points. DAX up 40 points. And the CAC up almost 2 points. So no movers and no shakers there. These are, you know, we have all witnessed the, we are in the process of watching the biggest thing that any of us will ever see in our lifetime in the financial markets. And I'm going back to Bitcoin here. Okay, it's not going to go away. Bitcoin could go to zero. The cryptocurrency market's here to stay. But you know, with the CME and the SEC and Chicago Board of Options all stepping in, Bitcoin's not going away. You know, a lot of people thought it might, but not at this. No. And when you think about a little over a year ago, if you'd invested $100, you'd be worth $70 million today. Over 70 million. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, baby. All right, we got lots to cover today, but Michael needs to come in and tell us what happened in the live training room. I know he's standing by ready. I will go over the Concierge Trade Alerts with all of you. We'll take a look at some more headlines. John will be joining us, and we've got answers to your questions. Just put them in the chat box. Nobody sees what you type except Michael and I.
All right.
It's all yours, buddy.
Thanks. I'm dragged. Oops, I gotta change my name. Change my name. Alter ego.
And you know, for reasons I won't go into, I can't drag that spinning file into the handout section. But when you're done with the recap, if you have it in a format that you could do that. Maybe you don't.
Can you email it to me and I can put it in there?
I can email it to you, yes.
Email it to me. You probably already did, but you know how many emails we get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just send me an email.
Okay.
I just set up the password for next week, by the way. So that's all done, and I just did all the emails that we just got.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. All right, everyone. I'm going to start. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, the third day.
I can't
of
see your charts, Mike.
You can?
I can't.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't switch it. 167.50.
Muted.
All right, and Dwayne, I just muted you. So today it took us 73 minutes and 5 opportunities to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $105 a contract, and we took a total of 8 trade opportunities this morning. Okay, so now on the month we are up 671.25. That's over 3 days, averaging 223 per day. And on the year, we are up $28,953. That's over 208 days, averaging $139 per day. Okay. All right. Now we'll go through everything. Okay. Now we missed some good opportunities right here. I had stepped away for a minute, but the first one on gold was right here. We got 1 tick profit on that. We got a break even there. And we got 5 ticks here to put us at +6. We missed that. We missed that. And that. And then we had to wait until the cycle reset completed. We missed that. And we got 5 ticks there, putting us at +11. Now, all these ones I said, we missed that, we missed that, we missed that. Most of those were good enough to get the goal for the day. Okay? If you are not doing 100 things like I am in the morning, then you're going to get these. Okay? You're going to get these winners. And they were all wins, too. That was a win. 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 I mean, you're going to get these if you are not doing 100 things. But we ended up with plus 11 on gold, so we're happy with that. We got the gold for the day. On the euro, all right, on the euro, the first one in here on the euro was 1 tick we got profit on. The next one was 3 ticks to put us at plus 4, then 2 ticks to put us at plus 6. Okay, and then the slingshot got all messed up in here. During the break, there was 1 momentum long trade right there. Okay, and that was it. Well, actually, yeah, that was it. That was it. Okay, on the pound today, we had, well, in the pre-market, the pound was moving pretty good, but once the markets actually opened up, it wasn't moving so good. We had 1 miss right there and 1 break even right there. Now that one ended up working out really well. Now what you anticipate when you get into one of these is that this green line is going to get all the way down into the cycle. So if the green line is a long way away from the cycle, that should give you a good leg. Okay. And another thing to think about is, what was the prior leg like? Okay. You see that? Same length as the prior leg, well, even a little better. During the break, there was nothing here on the pound. Okay. Crude oil. Crude had a nice move here during the break. Sadly, in the morning session, though, we had a break even there and a plus 2 there, and then it wasn't really giving us much. 1, 2, nice legs right there. We had 2 trade setups during the break that were great opportunities. Okay, we ended with plus 2 on crude. The ES was just garbage all through here. Then it made a leg down, didn't give us a trade setup, and more garbage, then a leg up. I don't know why anybody trades this thing, but a lot of people do. We didn't get a single trade setup. Okay, and that was the ES. Does anybody want me to go over any other markets? Just throw it out there to you. Okay. Well then, I'll go over the spreadsheet again. If you're going to read the spreadsheet, you can read all the CFTC risk disclosure stuff down at the bottom. Today is the 3rd day of November. Made 6 ticks on the pound, 2 ticks on crude, and 11 ticks on gold. 167.50 on the morning, and that's, you know, missing probably twice as much as that, 3 times as much as that. Took us 73 minutes and 5 trades to get to $105 a contract, and we took a total of 8 trade opportunities. On the month now, 671.25. That's over 3 days, averaging 223 per day. And on the year, $28,953. That's over 208 days, averaging 139 per day. Okay, that's where we stand right now. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the home page here at CFRN.net, and right up here at the top it says sign up for the CFRN live training room, 100% free trial. User indicators, learn our strategy. Click here. When you click there, you'll be brought to this page where we just ask for your email, your first name, and how you found us. That's all we ask for. Once you give us that information, then you'll be sent a confirmation link. And all you have to do is click on that confirmation link, and everything that you need to know will be sent to you. Okay? That's everything you need to know to get into the live training room will be sent to you. All right? And that's it, guys. That's it. I'll slide this over here. We're going to head back out to Studio A in fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, overlooking South Mountain. America's largest city park. Crude just put in a new high on the day, right there. The ES did too.
Unmuted.
Usually go together.
It's about time Crude got out of bed.
I know. Look at those nice legs, though. Those are really nice moves.
They are.
This one right there, and that one right there, and we had a trade set up for each of them.
If we get a $1 move in crude, for those who don't trade crude, let's say crude went from $54 to $55, that's worth $1,000 per contract.
And Let me go and look at something
Now,
here.
if gold moves $1, that's only $100 per contract. But when
Yes.
crude moves $1,
That
baby don't mess around.
no, that's,
Now, I didn't have a calculator handy yesterday when I was jibber-jabbering about this topic, and so I'm gonna make good and find my calculator, which is right there, and which is right there. Current price of the S&P 500 is 2582. 2582 equals. When you buy one S&P contract or sell one for $500, you're controlling $129,100 of S&P best of breed equity. Oh, but you lose your house. No, because we use an 8-tick hard stop in the live training room. So I can't express enough with what's about to happen in the marketplace. You really need, if you haven't learned, if you've been trying for a long time to learn how to trade and you haven't had success, don't feel bad. 90% of people go through that. But you are in a situation to fix that. Because if you come take our trial, and if you choose to take our 90-day mentoring program, which is live training every day, personal one-on-one mentoring, I mean, we got it all, baby. All that in a bag of chips. It will not cost you an arm and a leg, and you will be ready for what's coming. I'm telling you, you'll be ready. And our methodology, so simple. We use the same indicators, same time frame, and same trade setup on every market. Gold, crude, S&P, Dow, Russell, NASDAQ, yen, pound, euro, and she'll be coming around the mountain for the end of the year, Bitcoin. Giddy up. We don't know what margins are going to be. Bert's looking into it and trying to get us a number. So I don't know if he'll be able to. They may have, maybe they haven't even decided yet. But they promised it in the press release the other day by the end of the fourth quarter this year. Well, that's a little less than 2 months because today's the 3rd day of November. So you typing to me?
no, I was responding to an email that just came in. I loaded that file though. Here, I'll turn it on.
Oh, good. Yeah, guys, you'll need to go to the handout section and play it for yourself so you can hear the music.
And let me try this and see if this works. If I can click it and play the music all at once.
Yeah, I don't think so. But go ahead. I like a man who's willing to try. You got to refresh that, baby. Okay, when you play the file yourself, yeah, it worked pretty good, but you'll get goosebumps when you watch it yourself. Now, that site is between alpha and beta, all right? So keep that in mind when you go there. Would love your feedback. That's what alpha and beta is all about, so we can get launched live in a couple of weeks. I'd really appreciate if you could do that. You know, harsh criticisms are, well, it's just not respectful, you know. If you've never built a website, you have no idea. I mean, you get these, you see, oh, drag and drop, you know, blah blah. Yeah, those aren't real websites. If you're gonna build a real website, there's a lot of work, and I know a lot of you know that. Okay, so you know, I'm not trying to brag or anything about it. Oh, I built a website. No, I'm just saying. People go, why does it take you so long? Well, okay, maybe because I'm old and slow. I don't know. Or maybe it's a lot of hard work. But I want to get it right, so I want your feedback. So be nice, because I have very tender emotions. that time in my life, I suppose. I wanted to show you something.
I got the charts.
Oh, well then I guess I wouldn't be showing them much, would I?
No.
Alright, let me fix that. Okay. And I'm going to do like this. Then we'll click over here. Okay. Then I got your twitter.com going up there. Boom. And then I'm going to go to here it is. Okay. Now, I'm just going to tell you. Visually, that might be some of the best work I've ever done. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. But we own Crypto World Radio, and we'll be launching that site as well. Now, what that will do is that will aggregate every worthwhile cryptocurrency podcast from around the world. Some people publish once a week, some Monday, some Tuesday, some Wednesday, some Thursday. Some people do a show every day, but they'll all be on one site. How cool is that? So if you like to listen to podcasts and you're interested in cryptocurrency, you'll only need to go to one place right there. It won't be the Twitter page. You can start following on Twitter now if you want. But when the site goes up, it will be cryptoworldradio.com. And just for anybody that wasn't here yesterday, this will flip your wig. A month ago, when I got cryptodailyinfo.com, my initial choice was Crypto World. That's the domain I wanted. Give me some Crypto World. And lo and behold, the doggone thing was on sale for $29,000, and people said that's crazy. Now watch. Keep watching. Don't blink. It's coming. $194,888. It was a laughable $30,000 30 days ago. Now, that's not a website, I don't think. It's just the domain. Now, they say that in the gold rush of the 1800s, that the people selling picks and shovels and dungarees actually made more money than the miners. That's the tale we've always been told. In the cryptocurrency world, there is a lot of side gigs going on, but I think there's money to be made in both places. Peter Thiel, who you may not agree with some of his life choices, but he is one of the smartest guys on the planet. And I'll be releasing a video or another website with a video that when you go there, you'll hear Peter Thiel talk, and he says people have completely underestimated what cryptocurrencies are going to do. And when he talks, everybody should listen. Okay? If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, he's one of the smallest big dogs in all of Silicon Valley. Domain for sale, cryptoworld.com. So see, nobody built it out. They're just flipping it. They bought it for 30 and now they're flipping it for a lot. Well, they got categories. I wonder if they got a crypto category. That's what I really wanted the other day, was to see a list of what was for sale. Okay, waiting for the cash. Kind of like checks in the mail. I don't see a cryptocurrency. Maybe finance. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone. We won't worry ourselves with that. I just wanted to show you. And I got to tell you, the podcast page is going to be hot. Really, it really will. Now, also, I should have showed you. Okay, so when you go to Crypto Daily Info, you're gonna like find stuff. Well, that's not right, and that doesn't look good, and that's not working. That's exactly why I want you to go there. So you can email news@cryptodailyinfo.com and kindly tell me, sir, I tried to do this or look at that, and I don't have a full-time person updating the news on the hour, every hour, as we will. So bear with us. And this slow load, that's going to go away too. Okay. Now, up top, you see where it says forums? You'll be able to go in here and start a forum and be able to talk about whatever's going on in the cryptocurrency world. Okay. There's also going to be a live chat room where you can go in and talk with other cryptocurrency traders, day traders, during the day trading session. If you're an investor, there'll be a chat room for those two. Again, it's a lot of hard work, but when it's done, it's going to be a pretty exciting place to hang out and stay on top of the news. So, and I haven't updated the news in 2 days, so don't worry about that. And if you have a complimentary type of business, there are a couple of advertising. We're not going to bury people in advertising. We're just going to charge a whale of a lot of money for the few spots that we have. What do you say, Mike? You like that idea?
I like that.
All right. Okay. Let's see if John has joined us yet.
John has joined us.
John is in the house. Let me open up his mic.
Okay.
Hey, John, welcome to the show. Hey, John, welcome to the show. Sometimes he forgets to put his headphones on. I better call him. Oh, John. I'm just going to ding his phone a couple times. Hey, brother, put your headphones on. There it goes. He's far away. That's a long distance call. So. Remember when you were a kid and somebody would be on the phone and you'd come in talking loud and they'd go, shh, he's on long distance. Like, because they were far away, it would be harder to hear. Okay, I guess you had to be there.
I remember
You're
that.
supposed to be my laugh track. What's up? Yeah.
And you know what's funny is, I mean, even if it was the next town over, it was still long distance. You know, if you live right on the town line, where they changed the prefix in your phone number, you'd be paying money, and you could actually yell out your window.
Whoa, that's crazy talk. You know, I've never revealed this in over a decade of radio, but my wife hates sitcoms, pretty much. She loved MASH. I mean, you know, the stuff that used to make you laugh out loud. Right. These days, it seems to be more cerebral type humor, so you don't actually laugh. And so she says, if you don't laugh, it's not funny. I'm like, well, no. But anyway, I couldn't sleep last night, and so at 1:30 in the morning, I put on some sitcom about a donut shop that's in its second season. It really was stupid. And the laugh track went off, and she woke up from a dead sleep. And I go, what's up? And she goes, that stupid laugh track. I'm like, oh my God. Here, let's put on some crime and blood and splatter and fingerprints, and you'll go right to sleep. And she did.
And she did.
And she did.
Yeah, that's funny. Jada and I don't watch anything that's not going to make us laugh. We only watch stuff that makes us laugh.
Well, there's not that much stuff out there.
No.
Hey, John.
No, there isn't. I think John's in.
John, how you doing, buddy?
John.
Senior John. Okay, he's just teasing us.
He's coughing and choking. He's probably
Let me ding his phone one more time. John, can you hear us? Can you hear us, John? All right, he must be busy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm coming.
John, are you there?
He's coming.
Oh, okay.
He said, yeah, I'm coming.
I'm very sorry. I
There
didn't,
he
you
is.
know. When Michael spotted you there, I just assumed that you were. But anyway, we're glad to have you with us. Thanks for being here. And John, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you had me worried there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay,
great.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, guys, when you go to the charts page, I've got to fix the code. It defaults to Apple, which was not my intention. It's supposed to default to Bitcoin versus the US dollar, although you can bring up all the other pairs. And it's an interactive chart. You can turn it to candles. So this is good stuff. Okay. All right. I just want to show you guys that. So, John, what have you got for us today? What would you like to talk about?
Well, first of all, I mentioned a couple of days ago about this guy in New York renting this
the
truck.
terrorist? Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
sort of. You could. I mean, he's the quintessential definition of a ISIS profile.
Yeah.
Hardly miss it. But what he did, I mean, he supposedly planned this thing for a whole year. He thought it through a lot, and he was obsessed by it. And to the point that he actually rented, you can rent the truck for 75 minutes for $19, and apparently he did this, a number of times. So he obviously kind of got the confidence of these people that, he rented the truck maybe for an hour or two and bought it back, and so it was just another routine rental, I guess, that turned out to be the real deal. But still, I mean, now that he's done that, obviously people are going to be a lot more alert to any kind of chicanery in the future of that regard. And in a way, look, it was a horrible thing to happen, and 8 deaths is 8 deaths too many, and 12 injured too many. But
Yes.
in a way, because it's happened now, it might save a lot of other lives that might have been
Guys
taken in a
renting those
bigger deal.
trucks and whatnot will be on the lookout for anybody suspicious.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name years ago in Oklahoma?
You mean the Oklahoma McVeigh?
Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't radicalized. What was he ticked off about?
He was about Waco. Remember the Waco fire?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Gotcha.
So, and ticked off is a good word, because you see these guys, they drag out on CNN. I mean, there's a lot of lefties in the CIA. I mean, what is their problem? These people, I don't know what these guys have got a problem with Trump. I mean, what's not to like about what's going on in the world today with Trump at the helm? I mean, you gotta be mentally deranged if you're not getting the memo by now. We're making another all-time record high today. We're up probably close to 6 trillion now in gains. I mean, we have to be. Look at Apple. We've got a $900 billion market cap company. Going on $1 trillion. And
Cryptocurrency market hit 200 billion market cap today, and
Right.
the average daily trading volume, day trading volume, 10 billion.
That's incredible.
And when this thing here in a few weeks enters the derivatives market, that's a multi-trillion-dollar daily market.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's going to be, when they get the leverage on it, that's going to really be a party. But in the meantime, I think there's a little bit of a pullback coming in the
I hope so.
Bitcoin.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
I think it might pull back to the low 6,000s, and then I think we're going to get a surge that's going to be all the way. That'll be all the way to my target of 8750. I kind of see it how it's forming. In other words, it has this pullback, then it's going to have probably a $2,000 surge higher from maybe the 63 to 6500 level, and that might be it. You know, that might be it for you know. We'll see what happens after that, but that's kind of the way I see it. Anyhow, the tax cuts, even though it wasn't a perfect deal and there was some changes, it's still a pretty good deal, and that's driving the market now, along with the jobs, which exactly as we said a month ago, they upwardly revised September to 18,000 jobs. So we have avoided a negative number. The 30,000 was upgraded, and when you actually, you know, whether you add that to today's number, I mean, you really, you know, between the 2 months, you basically got the three. You know, we're sort of upwards towards the 300,000 jobs mark that one would expect with 3% growth. It's going to be interesting because if we get you know, 300,000 plus at the end of November, which we could because of the Christmas hirings, you know, or even a 400,000 number, that could be really epic. You know, that could really rock this market right into the end of the year.
Yeah.
We did get just, you know, we took a little bit of a chance yesterday by going for the VIXs just in case, and we and the same with the rest of the market, put stops right under it. But we did took a little bit of money off on the short side this morning on the first dip, and went back long on the Nasdaq, which we're still long right now. And the Nasdaq is really starting to get some traction again. Facebook.
Let me
we went back and
the Nasdaq up. Man.
6274.
We'll talk about gold later.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but we'll have to. All right, here's the NQ.
Yeah,
coming up.
And then we went back into Facebook. We went into a number of the drug stocks this morning that are looking better. By the way, we called Juno. Juno had a very good basing pattern over the last few months, and it broke out recently. And look at the rally on that thing; it's just been phenomenal. It's you know, when you get a big base breakout like that, it can really, just like the S&P. So we were virtually up that 100 points now in the S&P today from what we were talking about yesterday. So, you know, going so strong into the end of the week, VIXs are making new lows today. You know, the market still looks very bullish at this point. So you know, I did say maybe the 10th or 12th of November might be where the correction starts, or consolidation between November, December. I think the market's probably run out of news to drive it higher after today, and very often a jobs day can mark the highs of the market. So if we do come in lower on Monday, or we
Sunday night
open, or open higher and then sell off on Monday, that could be the beginning of pullback. You know, the gold drop down, which I noticed you pointed out earlier on. Actually, we went for the dust earlier on this morning. Got about a full point out of it. But it's coming off right now, and it's kind of interesting because the gold, which got hit hard yesterday, did rally a little bit this morning, and Newmont and Royal Gold are acting better. So the nugs and the JNUG could be kind of making a bottom here in spite of it all. And what would be, if you look at the silver chart, you know, if we were able to get back up above 17. I mean, we're only down 15 points off the 17 number. probably down about 25 points overnight. You know, if we were to come back up, and if the gold gets back up towards 1280, that might be it for the metals, and they're starting to go up a little bit right now. So I definitely watch for that. There may be a secondary leg down. You know, because buying the first bounce is not necessarily always a good idea. But the secondary low off this, or if we do get a you know, sometimes on a job stay, they knock the metals down in the morning and they pick them up in the afternoon. So if we do pick up in the afternoon and the dust starts selling off like more than they are right now, then I think you know, you could almost make an argument that the lows might be in on the metals, because you know, there's almost for sure going to be some kind of a problem in the coming week or so while Trump's on this trip. The markets could get rocked, and you could get a pretty big move in gold. So that's kind of what I'd be.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's kind of what I'd be angling for. The big surprise, frankly, overnight, you know, the beans yesterday really looked like they were going to go through 1,000, and getting the heck kicked out of them today again. And even the wheat, which was very strong last night. We actually put a sell on the wheat this morning at 427, and it's down to 424. It's not down a lot, but you know, what we might see here is a pullback in the grains, and then in the beans rather. And if the wheat holds and doesn't make a lower low, that could be a clue that a bottom is near. And remember, next week we're going to have the big grain report. On the 9th,
the WASD. It usually comes out on the 12th.
I think it's coming out on the 9th this month.
Okay.
So that could be, if the grains rebound on that could be it for the. You know, that could be the beginning of a bull market. Look at the gold now. It's picking up quite strongly.
Is it? Now there are some rumors circulating that November 14th was the day CME was going to launch. But Bert did some investigation for me. He spoke to them, and it will be in the fourth quarter, but it will not be the rumored date of November 14th. And he has spoken to someone who has agreed, someone at the CME will be coming on the radio show. They're going to email me later to set up a day and a time, but they're going to come on the radio show and tell us about the contract and answer any questions. And they have not yet determined what the margins will be. Wow,
well, that's a bit of a coup for you.
Yes, that's excellent. Yeah. Now, if I can get someone from the Chicago Board of Options to come on as well, because there's going to be options on Bitcoin. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's a great thing. Let's go look at gold that you were just talking about. Now, John, from this zone at 1276 up to 81. Okay, that's $5. So that's $500 up, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, 5,000. In that one zone since November, just zone to zone to zone to zone. That's how the zones work when we have volatility in the markets. Now, guys, I told you earlier, this is what I call a hot knife. Only three things happen. When price hits the zone, it either consolidates, it gets rejected, or the least likely is this hot knife through butter. And when it slices through like it's not even there, it will typically climb back to it, confirm it as good resistance in this case, and then continue in the direction of the slice. Now, that's based on historical observance. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen this time, because there's no absolutes and no guarantees in trading. Well, there's a couple, but very few. That's probably the better way to state it. But there's the Sunday night Globex Open. We ran up to zone, came down, consolidated, ran up to the zone, almost made it. And then, what market you want to look at now? Let's look at crude.
The crude is at 55.
Okay. Now this thing, the problem we've had with crude is it's been stuck to this zone right here, this 5410/15. I mean, it all week it can't seem to break away from it. October 29th was Sunday night, so that's right there. October 29th, and it's stuck to that one little zone right there all week, except that run up right there. Now, should there have been a zone overhead? Let me look at my list. 54.10. The next zone overhead was 55.20. And yes, right on the money. 55.20/25. And keep in mind, guys, that the partners have these zones Monday morning, every Monday morning since December 14th of 2009. They get them Monday 6:15 a.m. Eastern, before Wall Street wakes up, so they can get their charts ready. And we have partners who just trade the zones. Most of our traders use them as a backdrop to our methodology. But I mean, this move from 54.15 to 52.20, that's $1,000 move, and then $1,000 back down. So anybody want to learn how to trade the zones, see me after class and I'll teach you. Okay. All right, where do we go from here?
So we're back up. We're back up again to that. You see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like it may break through, because it's closing this strong on a Friday. 55 now.
Yeah. The next, the highest zone I had for the week was 56.35/56.40. So if this
do you do natural gas on that thing? Can you put natural gas up?
Well, I can, but it takes me quite a bit of time to calculate the zones.
Oh, it's okay.
On Sunday night, the reason on Sunday night I have so much to do to get ready for the week, getting the partners stuff out to them. So I do the ES, the Russell, the Dow, gold, and crude right now. But I've done just about every market. I've done soybeans, I've done yen, and the formula theory works across all markets. Some better than others. The S&P is probably the best of all, where it just literally turns on a dime. So if all I had was the S&P and the zones, I'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. The natural gas I was going to mention. It got down to 2,900 again.
I can bring up a chart of natural gas.
Yeah, it got down to 2,900. We put a buy there, and now it's almost back to 3 again. Because of the winter and everything, it's probably looking like the natural gas might be ready to break out here above the 3. I think getting above the 3 again would be a big deal.
GNG7 natural gas. Okay, here we go. This is a 30-minute chart that'll pop up first. Well, let's just look at daily and see what that looks like.
Yeah, remember daily. I said the XIV might go to...
See, now, hang on one sec, John. I want you to finish that thought, but let's go back to the 30-minute. Oh my, we're in such a nice uptrend. I'll go to the daily chart. Yeah, not so much. Guys, always reference your higher time frames to see where the market's really headed, because that 30-minute chart could really fool you and get you in trouble, because this last leg, if we go from this high to this low, we're right at a 38%. We could hit the 50, which ties in with this swing low, and that baby could roll down and put in another leg to the downside. But I know that you're bullish on natural gas because of this cold winter that's coming.
Well, I'm not. Look, you've got to be careful, because a couple of years ago when we were getting clobbered, the natural gas got down to some crazy number, right? 616, I think, 1600, 1650. When the crude went down to about 27, and it was pretty tough, because it was actually cold in December, and the natural gas was still going down. I mean, just a real head scratcher. So there's no guarantees with this natural gas at all. It's a very tricky market, but it could be it could be ready for a move up. It's kind of a laggard, and well, the reason I'm bullish on natural gas is because the inventories are probably at their lowest levels in maybe in decades, and so if we really do get a very cold winter and we start losing 100 billion, 200 billion, normally we lose at the sort of extreme weeks, we lose about 250 million cubic feet per week. So, and the thing is, all through the summer, we've had the lowest gains in inventory gains ever. I can't even remember ever seeing them being as low as they are all through the summer. We had some weeks where we only had about 30 billion surplus versus 100 billion or 200 billion in the previous summers. So I would imagine that the inventories are very, very tight. And so if we do get these extreme 200-300 billion drawdowns, you'll see that this natural gas will absolutely skyrocket higher. And I'd say there's a real shot at going up to about $6 this year on natural gas this coming year. And it all kind of fits the picture with what we were saying about the gold and silver yesterday. That with the crude starts getting up to 57, sort of 60. It's going to help. It's going to lift the gold and silver along with it. And then when you look at the dollar, maybe we may be getting towards even though the dollar's rallied, a bit, it's at 94, 95 almost. If that's about it for the dollar and we start heading down again, then obviously that's going to be pretty bullish for gold as well. What's also interesting about the gold at the moment actually is that considering the dollar rally, we haven't really lost too much in the gold. Arguably it could have been a lot lower with the strength in the dollar. So if we were to get a sudden reversal in the dollar, then that would also help the gold. So the couple of other things, the cocoa did rebound, so it may still be in a bullish kind of a mode. The coffee got clobbered down towards 123 again. The orange juice is also pretty strong. I think orange juice could be pretty bullish this year because half the crop's been wiped out in Florida.
I actually went to buy some orange juice last night, and my wife says, "Don't buy that. It's not good for you." I'm like, "I know, but I really want some." I picked up, it's like the smaller container. It's not a big gallon jug or anything. It was almost $6.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. And the thing is, look, imagine you got half the crop wiped out. If you get a frost as well this winter, I mean, it could really obliterate the orange juice market, and you could see the highest prices well above 2, maybe even to 250. It could be one of those winters.
Yeah.
So other than that, the fangs are acting pretty well. Not setting the world on fire, but they're certainly working their way higher. Amazon's gotten its mojo again, so that's the reason why the Nasdaq's right up there.
You had said Facebook typically sells off after earnings, but are you saying it didn't happen this time?
No, it did. It absolutely did.
It did. Okay.
It got to 187.80, I think, or 188, about 188. And hold on a second. Am I getting this right? My numbers might be wrong. Yeah, 188, and it got down to about 177 rather.
On all good
yesterday.
News, right?
Yeah, and it's
buy
up
the
a little
rumor,
bit.
sell the news. There you go.
It's up a little bit today, but we have to be. I mean, it's almost a head scratcher as to why the Nasdaq's so strong, because not that many. There's quite a lot of stocks that are not. If you'd bought the stocks a week ago, a range of stocks, you might actually be including Facebook. You could be losing a lot of money today from doing that. So I'm actually detecting a turn right about here. getting quite a good buy on the VIXs. So I'd sell the Nasdaq right here for now. I'd sell them all just in case there's a bit of a pullback here. It looks like we might pull back a bit. For now, I mean, it might rally later on, but
the S&P looks like it's still heading higher, unless my chart's not updating.
Just gave a small little sell here. It might not be a sell yet, but
if it pushes over 84, it should definitely go to 87, and there's time for it to happen today, I think.
Yeah, it could.
All right, John.
Okie doke.
Well,
all right, thanks a lot.
You have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Right, much obliged. Bye.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, guys, we've wandered through the markets. We have talked about the news. We are one step away from calling it a day, and that would be our good word for the day. Something to take off into the weekend with you. Now, Mike had said in the chat box, and I understand his feelings, we were talking about that truck that was used, the U-Haul or whatever, in that terrorist attack. He said those trucks should be banned. I understand the gut reaction there, but what about legitimate people that, just want to move? And I don't know the right answer to that. And also, someone in the chat room had asked, how do I find out more about trading the zones? Oh, I see. Mike was making a joke, just like they go after the guns. I got it. Okay, that is pretty funny. Somebody had asked, how would I find out more about trading the zones? And so I put it in the chat box. Just Google CFRN Weekly Trading Zones. Read all the articles. There's a couple pages. And then up at the top of the page, click Images, and you'll see a bunch of charts going back all the way to 2009. And of course, on our site and on our blog, you'll find plenty of charts as well. So bear with me as I bring up my notes. And we'll get you off into your weekend shortly. Soon. Really soon. Okay, almost there. Hang tight. Okay. Many people spend much of their life living in fear. And a large portion of what people fear never comes to pass. Sometimes it does, but the survey says a large percentage of the time the things you fear the most don't come true. Or you get so hyper obsessed that you actually draw it into your life. Isaiah 12:2 says, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. So, our good word for the day is about passing the fear test. Think about this. How much of a factor is fear in your life? I'm going to give you a little fear test, all right? So jot down ones that apply to you and how you feel. Number 1, I don't remember the last time I was really afraid. True or false? Number 2, I am afraid rarely, and only when I or someone close to me is in physical danger. Number 3, I'm a little more fearful than I'd like to be. Number 4, fear is a significant factor in my everyday life. I avoid anything risky or dangerous. And number 5, I'm afraid of many things on a daily basis, and it changes the way I live my life. Now, on number 1, if you said false, I don't remember the last time I was really afraid, you're an unusual individual who doesn't experience normal fear. You should probably seek a physician or a psychiatrist or a priest. I don't know. You may have to temper your actions with greater discernment and wisdom. Number 2, I am afraid rarely and only when I or someone close to me is in physical danger. If that applies to you, you have a healthy attitude towards fear and you've got a handle on it. You should try to encourage others who have a more difficult time with fear than you do. And number 3 and 4, I'm a little more fearful than I'd like to be. And 4, fear is a significant factor in my everyday life. I avoid anything risky or dangerous. Well, you're in an excellent position to improve your life by changing your attitude. Begin by identifying the source of your fears and determining to turn your fear into faith in God. Check out Romans 10:17 for a little help on that. For each area of fear, figure out a positive opposite and create a plan of action to cultivate that quality. Then, focus on what you can control today. If number 5, I'm afraid of many things on a daily basis and it changes the way I live my life. Now, if you identify with that, fear is getting the better of you and you'll have a difficult time overcoming it on your own. So pray, reprogram your mind with God's Word, use Romans 10:7, 2 Timothy 1:7, Isaiah 12:2, and don't be afraid to seek help from a trusted friend, counselor, or some kind of professional, or your accountability partner, someone you can trust. Okay? That is gonna do it for this first week of November. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. Oh, it's the weekend, so you got to spend some quality time with your family. See you in church on Sunday. And of course, I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.